Hey everybody, it is the 5th of March 2020. This is Rick, also known as Duke City Devil Dog. I am in Albuquerque, New Mexico. I had a load that was running all the way up to Oakland, and about 20 minutes before I was getting ready to roll this morning, about 10 o'clock, I got a call from dispatch asking if I could run a highly critical load because I had the time and they knew I could get it there to City of Industry, California. So I had to wait 6 hours to get the driver of this load to meet me here, so we could so I could repower him and I could get rolling. So I'm going to be driving through the night for a little bit, and we'll check it out from there. But our goal is to get in the City of Industry tomorrow early afternoon. This load was originally due sometime on the 7th. But we're going to try to get it there a day early because it's a critical thing. They really need it. At some point in time, I'll tell you what it is, but I'm not going to tell you what it is right now. But I think it's funny. So if I forget, somebody send me a message on the video, on a future video or on this video, to ask me what it was after I get rid of this load. So anyway, we're going to get rolling here. We're going to stop by Gallup to pick up my mail and stuff real quick. And that'll be a nice little restroom break. We'll stop for about 5 minutes, meet my mom out there. I was able to have lunch with my daughter, which was good. And what was interesting is my other daughter, I usually can't meet while I'm here because she doesn't have a car, so it's hard for her to meet me. We stopped to go to get some groceries at the grocery store, and she was there, so I got a chance to see both of them, so I'm real happy about that. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get moving here in a minute. We're going to wait because I need to...
Messaging. You have 8 hours and 0 minutes of remaining drive time.
So we have a full clock. We do have 60 minutes on the... we do have 60 minutes on... 60 hours on our 70. So we're in good shape as far as that. I have asked, though, one of my things about running this load was I asked, if I take this load, could they take care of me once we get to California, make sure I don't sit? They said they would. Hopefully they'll run me out to the southeast, but we'll see. I'm sure it's going to be produce. But I'm going to delay my home time for a few days, for actually a couple weeks, and do that. So we're going to wait about 3 minutes and we'll get rolling. So just stand by. Okay, guys, well, we're going to go ahead and get rolling here. Nice to be in Gallup. I think I'm in Gallup, in Albuquerque. I'm headed towards Gallup. I'm going to stop real quick, and my mom's going to meet me there at the Love's there, so I can grab my mail and grab some supplies for my CPAP machine. But one thing I want to mention, I think I've mentioned this before too. I do use a CPAP machine. There's a lot of drivers who do use CPAP machines more and more. So if you have sleep apnea, obstructive sleep apnea, It's always fun. I don't know if you were able to see that. A couple kids giving the truck driver salute, you know, trying to get me to honk my horn, which I did. Truck drivers
Turn
love
left
that.
at the traffic light.
We still love that. I mean, it's something that it's a lot of fun. I mean, I used to do it when I was a kid, but we really love doing that. And so if you're a kid or even if you're an adult, and you can give us that old arm pump, and we will, if it's safe and whatever, we'll give you a little toot of the horn there, and you can go from there. So that made my day right there. Well, not my whole day, because I had some fun. I got a chance to see a person really important to me this morning, and then I got a chance to have lunch with my middle daughter, and then ran into my oldest daughter. So that's really great. So we're getting moving here. So we're gonna head, just so you know, we're heading to City of Industry, California. That's gonna be just down, not too far from Ontario, about 19 miles west of Ontario. That's all in the
In 1/2 mile, turn left on I-40 West.
it's all in the Los Angeles area. So tough part about this is going to be running this into there on a Friday. So it may take a while to get into there, but we're going to get it there. We're going to run it hard today. I would like to get to Barstow, but that's 672 miles. I doubt that I'm going to make it that far. But we will, when we stop it in Kingman to fuel, that'll be probably our first long stop. We'll only stop for about 10 minutes in Gallup. But when we stop in Kingman, we'll figure out exactly about how far we can go. The tough part about that, and you've heard, if you've been following my my vlogs, you know, I've mentioned it. You probably have other people, if you watch other vlogs of truck drivers, and we'll say the same thing. Running in California is tough. That, not just the traffic. I mean, the traffic is something you got to deal with, and you learn how to deal with it, and you get better with it. I mean, I've driven around Southern California a lot. Well, now I have a truck. I've driven a truck a lot in Southern California, but I had always driven a four-wheeler car out there. Used to live in Southern California, but that was the better part of 25 years ago. More than that, actually, about 28 years ago. But anyway, you've got the traffic, but the thing that's the tough part is the speed limit. It really slows you down. You might not think 10 miles an hour is a big deal, but it is over the course of 5-6 hours. So it puts you off a little bit. So we'd like to get to Barstow, but I doubt that we'll make it there. More than likely, we're going to make it to back to where we were in Newberry Springs. Maybe not even quite that, but we're going to do our best here. Only thing that I don't like about this Flying J over here is that right as if you're going west, as soon as you get on the freeway, you're going up a hill. And if you're loaded heavy like I am right now, I'm at about 78,000 pounds. so about 39 tons. You're not going to go up these hills very fast. That's another thing that's going to be a trick getting out to California, because it gotta, there's a lot of hills, a lot of mountains, that kind of stuff going up and down. That affects your time too. Like right now, for instance, I'm doing about 40 miles an hour up this hill. Not a darn thing I can do about it, other than just get to the top of the hill. Once I get to the top of the hill, that'll be different. Now, if I have some momentum, I can get there faster. But if you don't, you're going to end up doing something like this. And that's why sometimes when you get you're going up a hill and a car pulls in front of you, and you have to slow down to let them get in front of you and build that distance, you lose all that momentum, and all of a sudden you're really working hard to get up that hill. So anyway, we are getting some people that are really that are passing us right now. But we're going to go ahead and get on a flat spot right here. It's going to be an interesting thing, but an interesting trip. But it is, what, 5:30 p.m., 17:30 p.m., 17:30 local time, 16:30, so 4:30 on the west coast in California. And so we're going to run probably till about 2 in the morning. So we'll call for a midnight run briefing here in a little while. Make sure we get that done and figure it out from there. All right, guys. We will talk to you a little later. Have a good one. Okay, everybody. We are about 15 miles east of Grants, New Mexico. And let's have a little sunset here. It's a rather tame one for New Mexico. We have some of the best sunsets in New Mexico, but it is still pretty. It's there's not a whole lot of cloud cover, so not a lot of diffusion of the light, but you can find anything from these real subtle sunsets to these bright red sunsets to all sorts of different things. But it's just a nice, like I said, nice little sunset coming up. And we do have about an hour and 20 minutes until we're going to make our quick stop and gallop to pick up some personal items and stuff. That'll only be about a 10-minute stop, and then we'll hit it again and run it all the way to Kingman for our fuel stop, and then run from there to like I said, I don't think we're going to get to Barstow tonight, but we're going to do our best to get close. So we'll see what we can do. So it's currently 8:51 p.m. and I am in Arizona. I just passed St. John's, Arizona, on my way to Flagstaff. Our fuel stops in Kingman, Arizona, which is 285 miles away. So we've got a little over 4 hours to get there, 4.5 hours to get to Kingman, and then we'll have another about 3 hours left on our clock to drive, and we'll run a good part of that. Like I said, we won't quite get to Barstow, but we'll get as far as we can get and stage for tomorrow. So one thing I just wanted to mention is something just happened. I'm heading, of course, westbound on I-40, but about 25 minutes ago or so, in the eastbound lanes, the traffic was totally stopped, and there was a police officer up front in there And the first thing that a lot of people did that had radios in their truck is get on there to tell people to back it down, because they were coming upon a just totally stopped traffic, and you don't expect that on an interstate out here in the middle of eastern Arizona. You don't expect that. So I just want to talk about the importance, I think, of having a CB in your truck. You don't have to spend a lot for it, but the importance of having one and leaving it on. You can turn it where the squelch so you don't hear everything, unless it's something you're fairly close to and we want to hear that. But I was just reading about what had happened on I-80 up through Wyoming this past week. There were two really, really big wrecks, pileups up there. And there was at least one where there were multiple big rigs that wrecked into each other, and it turns out that very few of them had CB radios, and people who had CB radios that had it on listening had heard the traffic to back it down and they stopped well short of where the accidents were. So, if you're going to drive a truck and you're thinking about, should I get a CB radio, shouldn't I? Besides the fact it's just a cultural thing, I think it's a good investment. You don't have to spend a lot on a CB radio. You can get one for $50, $60, $100, $150, depending on what you're looking for. But just the idea that you can have that communication in case you come upon something like that. Like I said, I know I got on my radio and told people as I went down that they were coming upon a stoppage in traffic going eastbound, so that people had time to slow it down before they got there. Because you can come upon it, especially at night, you can come upon stopped traffic really fast and not realize that it's stopped. So it turns out, just listening to traffic on the radio, that it was some people that just were walking across the highway, I guess. They were drunk or whatever, but they were walking across the highway. So anyway, that's just my little soapbox about having a CB radio in your truck. I think it's something that's a good tool to have. You may not use it all the time, but it's better to, my old mantra is, it's better to have it and not need it than need it and not have it. So anyway, that's it for right now. We'll talk to you in a few. Hey everybody, today is the 6th. I'm going to include this in the video for the 5th because it's the end of the day of the 5th, but it is the 6th. I am in Kingman, Arizona right now. I had intended on driving a couple more hours to get closer to this delivery so I didn't have to drive, 5-6 hours tomorrow. But I just got tired. This driving night stuff, sometimes, it can get to you, and I was looking forward to driving through the day today and getting, I was going to get here to Kingman was where I ended up wanting to end, but I had planned on being here a lot earlier than I ended up here. and I was going to go check out one of Steven's drivers, Alexis. So if you're watching this, Alexis, hey, was telling me about some great places to check out in downtown Kingman, in the old part of, sort of like the old town kind of thing down there. Good pizza place, good place to get some fresh brewed ginger ale, that kind of stuff. And that's what I intended to do when I was on the other load, because I was going to leave Albuquerque about 10:20. Excuse me. and get here and shut down here by about 6 in the evening, and that would have been nice. But when I did this, ended up doing this repower, I didn't leave till after 4 and almost 5 o'clock. Actually, pretty close to 5 o'clock. So it was running, through the night, and it's just getting tired. It's just getting tiring. You know what I mean? And as far as running the nights, I got to get to a point where I'm running a few days just to change stuff up, because these nights they're wiping me out. And so anyway, pretty uneventful for the most part, other than just getting tired. I shared some stuff during driving about CB radios and stuff like that, because that came in handy today. But tomorrow, I'm gonna get out of here. I should be ready to go by about 12:20. About 12:20, because it's 12:20 Pacific time, 1:20 Mountain time, but Pacific time is only about 50 miles west of here, and that's where the delivery is. So, and the delivery set for 1900 tomorrow. So if I leave here at 12:20, I've got about 300 miles. So 300 miles, give or take, that's going to be about 5 hours. And if everything else goes well, then I should be right there on time for this delivery, which is actually going to be a day early, but we set up for 1900 just to be on the safe side. So that's my goal, is to get it there and get it delivered, and then hopefully they'll have a pre-plan for me, so I know what's next. I don't want to be sitting around. So anyway, like I said, it's been a good day. Now it's time to get some shut-eye, get a good night's sleep, and run it hard tomorrow. They said only about 6 hours of driving tomorrow. Shouldn't be too bad, although it is in Southern California, and it is going to be a Friday, so we'll see how that goes. So anyway, this is Rick, also known as Duke City Devil Dog. I'm driving for Stevens Transport. I'm psyched. You guys have a good one. I will talk to you tomorrow.